iHealthTube. We're visiting with Dr. Paris Kidd. He is the author of P.S. Nature's Brain Booster, and we've had some very exciting interviews. And we talked recently about ADHD and the effect that P.S. has on that condition for children. But you had some really interesting and moving stories to tell about children that you saw their behavior change in these studies that were conducted. Could you go into that?
Yes, Raina, because I met some of these children personally at Dr. Conyon's practice in San Francisco. And these were kids who ranged from 4 to 7 years old, and these were really badly behaved kids. Some of them were ADHD, but others were more what you call oppositional.
Oh, really?
And we were thinking that some of these kids could really become juvenile delinquents. They were tearing up the office. He had a billiard table in his area there, and the kids were throwing the billiard balls at each other, and I was so afraid that somebody would get hurt and we'd get sued.
That's
and so
scary, yes.
But then, 3 months later, these kids on 200 to 300 milligrams of PS, they came back and they were so well behaved.
Really?
They were like very, very different children. They were able to play quietly in the office just like normal kids. One little boy I remember who had been particularly difficult, his grandparents and parents had never been able to take him out anywhere because he was constantly getting in trouble. He had been kicked out of 8 schools.
8 schools.
And by the time he came back 4 months later, they were able to say that they had taken him to a baseball game, they took him out socially, and he was well behaved, and he was like a very, very changed child. Very often it's the grandparents who notice because the parents have kind of given up. And we got really, really good feedback. In fact, it was grandparents who turned me on to this whole possibility for PS. People started to contact me and tell me that they had tried PS on kids and it seemed to help the kids, so would I do a more organized trial? And after 3 trials, we're finding that PS really does make a difference to these children.
Well, that's very promising. Thank you, Dr. Kidd.
You're very welcome.